What's up, alien savages, and welcome to another episode. As I've said in the last one, in my English solo episodes, I want to keep you up to date on my alien journey. So here I am. It's definitely time for an update because the last podcast, let me check. Let's take a deep breath, fully exhale and inhale. Wow, the last solo episode is 1 month ago. Breakup and becoming a playboy again? Question mark. Dum dum dum. So yeah, it's definitely time for another update because a lot has changed. Is it too dark? Because rainy season has finally fully arrived on Koh Phangan. The island is flooded. It rains so much. It's also a storm going on, and I look at the watch at the time, and it's 11:11. So the lighting is perfect. It is what it is. And just 10 days ago and 2 days ago, I did 2 podcasts with Faye. So there you got like a little bit of an update, but more so I wanted to show you her and us. But at the end, it's always our vibration we carry, and you can really hear that I'm doing really well. But now I do wanna give you a solo episode update on how I'm doing. Because Faye also inspired me. She was like, look, you have so many English alien savages who don't speak German who want to know what's up, including me. Like, she loves to listen to my English podcast. And Faye, this is for you. So yeah, because as you probably know, I feel so comfortable in my German podcast, and I can just like really hang out and play music, and it's my mother tongue, you know. There's just something else. It's like this like oomph, this like satisfaction of how I can speak, and my inner kid feels so comfortable coming out. So yeah, but I think it's amazing, my flow that I found of hanging out in German and giving you updates about my alien journey in English, and now about once per week, one with Faye. That's what we aim for. Okay, so I'm gonna open the window a little because it is too dark. I'm gonna do a little cut. I mean, open the curtain. Here we go. This feels better. Yeah, sorry, I was a little in my head because I wanna like start to channel, and for that I want to feel like everything is on point. Okay, so yeah, wow, so much has happened. So Faye and I, we moved to Bantai, this nice nature home, and it's amazing. And finally I am able to live with her, because I talked a lot about that, so I just want to tell you what's new. So check out the other podcast if you haven't. In a nutshell, it's that, you know, like we called it being in ceremony, Faye and I, the first couple months. Like we're together now for over 3 months, and like just since recently we're like officially together in a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, because I am now able to, I'm this now, you know, and I'm able to like see her and love her in a way that is like that she deserves. And why wasn't I before? Because it's so interesting. So Faye is such a light that, you know, if you put a candle in a room, there's still so much shadow that can like chill out and like, yo, we're in the shadows and it's not exposed. But if you like turn on the bright light, like really bright, every shadow is exposed and like needs to be looked at. And Faye, she really like, and I'm you know, like, oh, any girl you're with, you're like I'm not pedal stooling her. It's just, it really is what it is. She is such a light, and by coming in my reality the first 3 months, every little bits and pieces of shadows I haven't fully look that to the depth, because it's such a light that there is no shadow anymore. I had to look at in my face. And I had this download the other day, and I told her that Faye, in her past relationships, and some of them, she got really mistreated, like really badly. Like, you hardly believe it. It's crazy. And I'm excited when she like opened up about it herself. But I was like, not to justify it in any way, but these people, I don't think, and one, it's true, she confirmed it, hasn't treated anyone else that badly. And I think it's because she's such a light that the shadows are so exposed that she like really brings out the worst in people in a good way. I mean, if it's in an unhealthy relationship, then no. Boundaries. Gotta know when you gotta leave the relationship and how to be treated and your standards and all of that. But she's bringing out the worst in me, which I love, because I'm at a level where I'm like, yeah, please mirror me something I don't know about myself. How exciting. And I am safe. You know, I would never like beat a woman, rape a woman, like any of these things are not in my repertoire. I'm a safe man, and I'm excited to become more and more my future self. So anyone who can reflect me something where I can remember more about myself and see myself in a new light. So yeah, I did a little cut. I put on a shirt. I didn't like the tank top. I feel funny, and I don't know why. It's like, is it because I quit coffee and I'm already like feeling so in spirit? Is that the reason? Because since like a couple days, I think 2 days, I do a weekly challenge of not drinking coffee for a week and seeing where that goes. Because guess what? I reached a level where I've raised my vibration so much that the more you raise your vibration, the more your intensity, your sensibility also raises, I feel like. And I become so sensitive that coffee doesn't feel good in my body anymore. I feel like anxiety in my belly, and it's like, ugh. So, but maybe I need that little anxiety to be grounded, because I feel funny. And all my podcasts I've done on coffee, you know? Maybe that's what it is. I figure it out as I speak. I don't know. Or is it that I live now together with Faye for a week and it's amazing, but still I need my rest days. I told you, every third day we needed a rest day where I can come to these conclusions myself, spending a lot of time my own energy, being alone, that yeah, I can process it myself. Like all these things, coming back to the light, she reflects to me, looking at my shadows, because the inner work is all done in the comfort of your own heart. This song is a little intense, but I love it. Speaking about intensity, maybe we need more intensity. Maybe my masculine is sleeping. Can I still get that out of me without the coffee? Let's take up space. I know it's rainy, I know it's dark outside, but the last days I was playing so much World of Warcraft, and today I gotta pull it through a podcast. Do I still have it in me? And this is where I take full responsibility and claim my suit. I don't need coffee, I don't need daylight. I show up to the equation, and I just deliver you this podcast, whatever it shall be. I just commit to it and gonna get this through. And you know what? We're gonna have fun. So yeah, this is already the download in a nutshell. Like, she colored so much light in my reality that, you know, I already was really far, but there were remaining shadows of like negative ego, in a sense of what was my remaining ego? Fucking all the women and being the chosen one, in a nutshell. Yeah, like this, like still seeking and wanting more, and Faye cannot be it. I need something better and hotter, and it's like I need more. Like this I cannot settle. I need a whole temple with 50 goddesses, and I am the only one because I am so special. Like, yeah, this blah. It wasn't that bad, but it's like, this is like the vibration. And this holded no more weight, and I needed to come to that conclusion myself. She brought so much light there that I could finally like let it go, and then I had to let it go myself. And I think like I'm losing track of everything. I'm just like so in the trust these days, like really. But I'm like, I don't know what I spoke about in my last English solo podcast and what was my German podcast. I really don't. I've uploaded so many German podcasts that it's like you're my best friend and I'm hanging out with you, but mostly in German. So yeah, kind of feel bad for all my alien savages who don't speak German. And I don't know, I have such a weird time here, like getting in the groove. I'm like guiding you through my process, what's happening in my brain right now. But I still want to like just like trash this podcast and never look at it again because it sucks. And like, why would I put you through my headspace of like suckiness when you could like have me on a good day where I'm like channeling you the whole structure of reality in a way that feels good with Bob Marley, like brah, da, 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 da. Instead we're here, beautiful choir, higher mind brings in the heart chakra. What does it mean? That everything is perfect. So yeah. Okay, I let go of the lighting situation. It is what it is. I let go of this rusty, weird intro, and I forgive myself, and I just continue giving you an update. How about that? Let's do it. Take another deep breath. Fully exhale. And inhale. So yeah, I also quit coffee. Like, is Faye actually good for me? I don't know. I'm going on too sensitive. I'm like I sound like a broken record, but I feel like I'm really birthing something here in Bantai. We're like cocooning, and higher self really prevents us from going out, and it brings everything to us. Like when we're trying to going out, it's like the storm is happening right now, for example. Like yesterday, we both wanted to go somewhere, but it was like so stormy. Like it was the biggest rain I've ever experienced in Kopangan. And then the wind was blowing my way that I was like, okay, Ferdi, this is dangerous. Turn around. And then this car came and fully splashed me, like fully. I was like, okay, that's another sign. Turn around. And then also Faye wanted to go to a singing rehearsal because she has a concert soon. But also the rain, like, she almost fell twice, she said. Because when it's sandy and you don't see the sand because there's like a big puddle, it gets really sketchy. And it was really windy, yeah. So, I don't know, it's just like, higher self is like cocoon at home. And then people come, like, yesterday I was like crazy synchronicity of like, the landlord, she's really nice, and the AC wasn't working, so they came and fixed it. And it was just like a lot of, like Faye and I, we observed the synchronicity of like, oh, they're all wearing yellow. Oh, they're all doing this. Oh, it's like, I let her pull a card of my Osho deck. Oh, she pulled this card. Oh, she calls the AC people the master. Or it's just like so many little things. What Faye and I, that's what we love. We puzzle it all together. And her and I, we get here on such a high vibe. I don't know if you've watched my Instagram stories, but it's really high vibe. We have like all these fairy lights. It's so cozy. She makes us cacao in the morning. She finally built up her piano. I got her a piano for her birthday. Flex, flex. I'm a real man. Getting my woman a piano on Lazada for 40,000 baht. It's a really good one. And she's like, I've never seen someone so happy about a piano or about anything. I don't know. She's like so excited. Like it like fills my heart. It's like also this like my heart space gets stretched because I'm like, it fills my heart so much to like capacity, but it wants to be filled more, but there is no capacity yet. So I'm like really expanding my heart space these days. Whoa, because she's just so cute and so loving, and it just fills my heart so much. And I never had it like this before. Anyway, she's like playing the piano, I'm playing some World of Warcraft, and we're getting on such a high spirit vibe. And it's like whoa. And then we just like, and we lay in bed and we talk forever, and like different things come up. Like I feel like we're like still, we don't call it being in ceremony anymore, but we definitely are. Like this is definitely a deep ceremony where the other night we were just talking about my family, and I like showed her some messages, and then she had like a big cry about something that someone texted me, and this felt so good being seen in it and understood, and having her perspective on things that I opened up that happened and things. And then it's 2 a.m. in the morning, you know? And then we sleep here in this fairy house with all the windows open. So the rain, everything, the nature spirits flood in. And it's getting so trippy. Like, I don't need to sleep that much anymore. We go to bed late. I don't need to eat so much anymore. But here's my big thing. What is the thing? Here's the thing. Stay fucking grounded. So I make sure every day, even yesterday in the rain, I go out to the Tongsala food court and I get solid cooked food every day to make sure we eat every day, solid foods. We record podcasts. We move our bodies. Like, I'm going for runs now almost every morning, and put like something on my timer and stretch, like that. I also work out at home because now the gym is so far away and it's like a storm. So, and the last days I haven't feeling that well. I was like a little sick, like upgrading. I don't know what's happening, but then still like take care of your suit. Otherwise, you quickly get too spirity, and then you're not respecting the timeline, brah, and you're like, just like, it doesn't feel good, you know? So I recommend taking up space, take care of your suit, stay solid. Like now with the coffee, it's like, now you can feel me. I start to get back in the podcast. Bam, I'm here. But the beginning, it was so weird. And then I fully allow you access into my brain, into my heart, like full transparency. That's what I'm all about. And I'm like, yeah, if the next podcast is also like that, coffee is back on the menu. This little anxiety in my stomach, I gladly take if it's needed for me to pull it through, you know? Because this is what I meant to do right now, to share. So I'm just like letting you know I get to a really trippy place, and it's so amazing. It's so dreamlight, and I get all the green light synchronicity. It's really like, this is so meant to be, this chapter. And I'm so happy that I'm finally able to hold it, because I told you before, her and I, we tried to live in Gaia's house, but I couldn't. It was too fairy-like and too dreamy. I was like, I'm out of here. But now, I'm doing well. I'm doing really well, you know? Like, many of you have followed me after ayahuasca, because there I was uploading in English every day for a month straight. And there, this was like the fully ungrounded Ferdi that was losing it, like on the edge of like losing touch to reality. And you know me, full transparency, I'm like, what can I share that's the most disgusting about myself? This is the new way of sharing. It's like full vulnerability, and not like, I teach you, like, what the fuck, I teach you nothing. I'm sharing my experience, and maybe it's inspiring for you to also like share yours and be yourself more. Raw, real, we're all like hyper weird. We're all cringe as fuck. And we're all losing it, because in order to wake up, you gotta lose it. You gotta lose it many times. So don't be afraid of losing it. And I'm telling you, I'm so out of control. What does it mean? Letting go to the physical mind control and surrendering to a bigger control of my higher self, the control I already have. And by that, I gotta really let go. So, and this feels for the physical mind like, whoa, I need my coffee back. And I'm sharing like, yeah, this it's the awakening timeline. Like, it's so important that every day I invite you to consciously recognize what's going on. It's 2024. It's almost 2025. I'm waking up in the timeline. I forgot, I was asleep for a while, And now I really wake up. And there are many layers of waking up. I'm waking up to a bigger dream. We're dreaming right now, really understanding and embodying metaphysics. Like, send me a DM and I send you the PDF from Bashar called A New Metaphysics. And really be like, whoa. Really embodying the structure, the mechanism of reality. It's not that hard. It's actually really simple. And it's one thing to understand it intellectually with your mind, and then slowly, the more consciousness you can raise, because you're raising your vibration, the more you can actually hold it in your body, like embody it. And this is where you're losing it, because it's like, it's dying big time. So many parts of your ego, of this personality construct we've built, like, we're becoming our souls. We're giving our ego, mind identity over to our soul. And this constantly feels like dying and rebirth, dying and rebirth. I thought I was this. I'm not this anymore. I'm this now. Like, I am the Ferdi on ayahuasca, the Ferdi that was together with Britney, the Ferdi that was like in Berlin hustling, the Ferdi, like all these Ferdis. The Ferdi was 10 years, that I'm all of them. But I'm more than this. I'm all of them are contained in me, and I'm just way more of that. They were just like a fraction of me. And they died because I'm not them anymore. I'm more than them now. And all the things that didn't serve me, all like the programming, I purged out. I killed. So the Ferdis back then that came with all this like programming of fear-based beliefs still and negative ego, it's dead. And we're really becoming such light beings. So we're changing so much. Like Willa, you know, Bashar, she also channels, like Daryl Anker, he also channels Willa. A hybrid 700 years in our future, but it's not our future, because it's like, because we can perceive her, it's a different timeline anyways. She calls us cookies baking in the oven. And we're like cookies baking in the oven, because the Ferdi right now speaking to you and your version perceiving me, hearing me. In a couple months, we have changed a lot. We've changed a lot, my friends. And our essence will always be the same. You know me and you love me. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. And I'm this. Yo, what's up? And in the past, there were things you maybe didn't like so much about me. And I purged many of them out. My essence is still there, but it's becoming cleaner and cleaner, like purified. All this, like, what is it? It all comes back to beliefs. Fear-based beliefs. And negative ego. We're all been so programmed. And we're all coming more into our essence, our soul essence of remembering. At this point, it's only like we're only just remembering more and more of who we are really. And we're right now baking a lot that, especially if you're like also like in Kopangan or something, if you're like really on your healing, on your awakening journey, because your soul like has awakened you. You don't wake up by accident. Like, once it's time to wake up, you wake up. And they're like in waves. Like 2020 was a big wave of awakening, and I feel like next year is also a huge wave of awakening. So we can all synchronistically sing each other home. It's like this orchestration, that it's all perfectly orchestrated of the synchronicity. So we need people on all levels. So your awakening is already determined. All your awakenings, all the major ones, all the minor ones, and also when you and I, when we will like delete ourselves from this timeline, exit this suit, ascend to something else. Sure, it can be roughly like about these years, and then we can like decide. And it's also like we're like, anyways, it's like there are no accidents. That's what I'm saying. There are no accidents, and no one can wake up by accident. And it's really, I love the movie The Matrix, how all of a sudden all these strings come out of you, and he wakes up. He wakes up, and then he can go back into the Matrix, but it's paper thin. He sees the illusion. And my reality experience got so trippy. I'm like on full DMT vision all the time, walking around, seeing this fun, slow Matrix so clearly and obviously everywhere and everything. And fully like the courts, how people are plugged in. And so many, like even here in Kopangan, like there are a lot of tourists, you know, and they're like fully plugged in. And it's like, I kind of cannot put my eyes off them because it's so funny. It's like puppets, you know, because they just react based on their beliefs. And they're like so in this programming like everyone else of these fear-based beliefs, these limiting beliefs. This is how the world is, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm here in the gym, and I can see all their dreams, and they're so, to me, they're so shallow, not to judge or anything, but I'm gonna become this big bodybuilder, and then what? And then what, bruh? And it's cute, you know, like I look back to my dreams, and they were so simple, and it was like so nice because I wasn't able to think further because I wasn't so awake. I couldn't hold that much consciousness in my body where I'm able to perceive a big horizon of like, and then what? Just like, I'm gonna become, like I had this vision of Thailand, you know, I'm gonna move to Thailand and do my social media and get enough money, and then what? You know, but then you wake up and then you're like, whoa, I'm an eternal being. I've looked through many other eyes. Oh, like since this walk in 2020, it's like, whoa. This was like my huge awakening. And what am I even saying here? I just went on a rant, didn't I? Let's take a deep breath. Fully exhale. And inhale. And this is so important, that's what I said, is to remind yourself every day what's happening. What's happening? And that there is no going back. And I've died too many times to know it just gets better. And sure, these dying processes suck at first, but then nowadays I really like make beautiful ceremonies out of them. Like when I moved here into this house, this was like a huge ceremony because I felt like I moved into a different country. I moved out of Sritanu, this conscious community here on Pangan in the west, and here to Pantai, which is just like a 20-minute drive on a scooter. But it really felt like moving into another country. Why? Because energetically it is. Because I'm not in the soup anymore. Like the last week I haven't swimming in the soup of Sritanu at all, kinda. And of course my little boy misses it, but my calling is higher that like, Ferdi, we gotta get you energetically unplugged. You're really raising your vibration right now. And in order to do that, you need space. You need energetic hygiene. If you go to the gym every day and this, the energetic hygiene is like shit, and you take on so many weird energies, and it's like, it's the enmeshment. Your calling is higher. So here, you're in beautiful partnership with Faye. It's beautiful. You just gotta do the things at home then, like stretch and go for runs, and see how you're rewarded. You feel amazing. Wow. But I want to swim through the soup. I want to be on the scooter and check out all the hot girls in bikinis and all these hot Israeli women. They're just glowing and they're so hot, and I cannot put my eyes off them. And I want to walk on Naked Beach. Maybe I see some people I know, and remember all these times I was like at Naked Beach, and then I was in my Pangan Playboy phases, and I was just like making out with her, and then we're going home and we're having sex, and it's just like, of course I want to go there again. Maybe it happens again. Like, how exciting. Remember this time in Xantiva, and I talked to her, and then we made out, and like, yeah. You see? It's like all the voices, and then it's so powerful to really identify all the voices. Like, we're all multidimensional. That's our nature. We have like our inner kid, our inner adult, our inner parent, like our inner mother, inner father, our higher self. I have like this walk-in alien. We have like the crazy part, and giving them all voice, identifying what the voice is, and then hosting it through. Like this voice right now was like the little youngster that like still wants to like live off this rush and like seek and have more sexual experience and just have experiences that are crazy to like live. And I don't have too much purpose, or my purpose right now is really going within. And for my young self, it's boring. And that's why higher self makes it so easy so I can play World of Warcraft, because while playing World of Warcraft, I'm actually in such a clean vibration, but I'm not there yet where I can just sit, or I don't want to be. It's like, what's the point? Then my inner kid rebels. So it's like seeing it's all perfectly balanced. You just have to see it. by giving all the voices space and they talk to each other and come to the conclusion, everything is perfect. Ferdi. Like talking to this youngster. Ferdi, you wanna be a Pangan playboy when you're like 50? You wanna be one of those guys? You wanna like remember these play parties when you came home and you felt so lonely? You wanna come home to your sweetheart. You wanna come home to your family. You wanna even expand more. The next home you want that there are animals allowed. You wanna have your own home with your dogs and with your cats. Like this fills your heart more than anything. This was coming from ego. This was like eating artificial strawberries. And they are great. But now you have these organic, juicy, ripe, actual strawberries. And now you want nothing else. I get it. But can I have everything? Ferdi. The world as it is, 2024, is one big compromise. It is what it is. But it's like, what is your heart longing for the most, and what do you actually want to manifest, and what reality do you want to shift? Embody that. And then sure, it comes with the cost of like not having it all, but you will shift in a world where you can have it all, you know, because this it's one big compromise. Like, you know, I could go to my blood family, but they, for right now, last time we spoke, don't love me as for who I am. And do I want to go there and not be myself, like go back into fear and stories and whatever? Or do I not be with them but be myself? And then I choose myself. I want to fully be myself. So it's a compromise. I don't go home to celebrate Christmas and Austria and snowboard. Because I choose myself. And like, do I want to be with Faye and drop into something really deep and divine and build a family? And oh my God, the last week, like having someone home, like it's the oh my God, it's the best ever. First it's like, I can be on naked beach and maybe there's this woman again and maybe we make out in the water and maybe we have like sex. I'm like, cool, bro. But I already did it to the max. And it's like, it's not giving you that anymore. You raise your vibration too much. You want it on like a higher vibration where it's all divine. Where we like Pleiadians, where they all learn to love themselves. And it's not, because it's like, where's it coming from? It's coming from ego. And negative ego is just like, it's so low vibe. It's just low vibe. And if I want to like really ascend to a higher vibration and get it reflected, I gotta like let all the low vibe shit go. So like really seeing the texture of your future self and being that. And in this earth, it is one big compromise. It's like, yeah, living in the matrix comes with so many benefits because everywhere the matrix is, it's so much easier. It's so much easier to live a normal life, to live a balanced life, to live a stable life. Not balanced, but to live a stable life. Like, I get my car and it's like all set up to suck you in the matrix. But is it like... And then it comes with like, I have to take on all these limiting... all this shit, you know? It comes with like living in a concrete jungle that is like not embodied and all is like I'm in the system. I don't want to live in the system. So I live on a tropical island. It's like the Wild West. And it's a hustle to get your work permit and to like to get by, you know, to make money here. It's all way more challenging. But I want to be free. Sovereign nature. Not build myself a beautiful golden cage in the system. No, I'm still in a cage. I want a wilderness. I want to be free. So it's a big compromise. It's all a compromise. But what does your heart desire the most? See your future self and become that. Follow your highest excitement. Study the whole formula. Because following your joy is like this magnetic pull of your higher self guiding you. And then seeing like what you compromise, that this doesn't serve you anymore, you know, because I had it all. Like I was that, but I'm not this anymore. Because it's mostly my old version that wants that, but I'm not that anymore. It doesn't make me happy. Like, you know, my first play party I went to, it was so exciting. But I'm not this fatty anymore. I'm this now. And then like I hosted now so many, and it's like it's like people are where they're at and people are healing. And at the end, like play parties, it felt like it was a lot. Anyways, like I wanna let's all heal and honor where I'm at. And it's like, do I wanna like stay this like boy that becomes a lost boy? Peter Pan boy forever, or do I really want to become a solid man? And I chose becoming a solid man, and you watch it here. And I don't like pretend in any way. That's why you see it. All my shadows, I let you in and I make them big, and I see that they don't hold weight anymore. I'm like really doing it the like sincere way where I'm like, if there is something that still needs to be explored, I do it. I fully give it voice. But all these things where like, no, I've done that. I've done that to the max. I really want family and expand it into tribe. And like, yeah. Like this like time here with Faye, it's like the best time of my life, you know, of this time right now. Like nothing would give me this joy that I can imagine as this right now. So it's all perfect, you know. So it's so important to give all your voices space and really host them through. And then seeing like, wow, you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. Exactly where you're meant to be right now. Whoa. I don't know, I still have such mixed feelings about this podcast. I feel like I started so weird and then I got so ranty, like nice flows, but like, I don't know. And now I'm here. Yeah. And like I'm sitting in this room and it's so dark, you know? I'm like, should I turn on more lights? But I don't want to like pause the podcast again. I'm just like, letting you inside my head. So this is one big experiment, this all. It's not like I'm doing my podcast as like a job. Like I'm not plugged in the matrix anymore and like do the same thing. Like my podcast is a constant growth, a constant exploration of self, of I am. I am that I am. And it is ever changing. Because we forgot to remember again from a new point of view. And that's, if you're also doing content, this is a really important one to get, so pay attention. If you're also doing content, you're not waking anyone up, you're waking up yourself. Like I do my podcast for myself. And anyone who's watching and getting something out of that, great. But really understand, like if you want to save the world, save yourself. And thus you shift in a world that reflects that. Like get shifting, get metaphysics, get the structure, the mechanism. It's so important. And then it's so funny. I see people that make content. I'm like, who do you think you make this content for? Because you make it all for yourself. Because sure, I can make content where like lower my vibration to reach more people. And then I maybe reach more people. But it's like then I'm doing it for I'm not helping myself, and thus I shift in a weird world kinda where because I'm lowering my vibration to reach more people, I constantly shift in a reality where I get people reflected that don't quite get it. I'm like, oh, I explained it for dummies and again and it's like once I let that belief go. Like in the past, I was constantly giving disclaimers and holding back. And I constantly got that reflected. And like these powerful women that are now flooded my reality, not in sight. Because I didn't attract them. Because I was on a vibration where I was like teaching people who don't quite get it, you know? And then I let that go. How do you think Faye got in my reality? Like all these powerful women that are now in my reality that like really get it. Because I just speak my truth and knowing I'm waking myself up and thus shifting in a reality where this is reflected. So, whatever vibration I share, there are people reflecting that I have an audience. You have an audience on every vibration, and it's not about numbers. Like all this is like ego shit, you know? Once you like purge it all out and don't try to reach as many as possible, because negative ego is so low vibe. Like I'm talking high level here. We're talking about ascension, enlightenment. So you really wake yourself up with my podcast. I'm like, why do you think I do German podcast right now so much? Because in my mother tongue, I can go deeper in my essence. And why do you think I play music now all the time in German? Because I'm singing, I'm opening my throat. There is something on my own journey, and I don't know what it is yet. I have like this vision of Faye and I like now she has the piano. Like I want to do where she plays the piano and I just like start to channel here and see where that goes. But I don't know where it goes. I just follow my joy. And this is like, I'm doing this for me, for my growth. And thus I shift in the earth that reflects that. And I see a bunch of people on social media that like hold back and then they have an audience they don't even like because they're not themselves. And it's just like, I'm like, you're creating such a weird reality experience. And it's just like because of ego, because you want to be like, yo, oh, look at me, I want to reach millions. And it's like, I had that too. And it's like, I really purged it out. And all we so desperately want to be is ourselves. And really knowing you're doing this for yourself. Like I'm right now speaking to myself. And it's so cool because then this place, like you can feel it. Because like, oh, another part of me just realized that what I'm just speaking to myself. And then this all becomes so conscious. Wow, it's like I can feel it. It's like vibrating in the air. And like my German podcast, like my higher self constantly speaks to me. Like right now, it's like same in English. Like this song, I accidentally, but like what's an accident, you know? And what's like I put my songs on shuffle. Like I let my higher self really come in and guide me. This is like an hour meditation I do my podcast. I'm like, whoa, I don't know what I'm gonna say next. Because I'm so sick of these podcasts where you're like, I'm gonna talk about this, and you're already like, the download is already done. I'm just like sitting there talking it out. I don't know. Like it's great for anyone who needs that and stuff, but I'm talking about like, hey, ascension is upon us. We're like, let's wake up. And let's wake yourself up. You want to save the world. I want to do something. Save yourself. And thus you shift in a world that reflects that. Why do you think I live in paradise with the most amazing woman? Like look at Faye. Like how am I with a woman with Faye? Like look at how everything is just working out so well. Because that's what I believe. I follow my joy for over a decade, like for my whole life basically. And it's all you, it's all you, it's all you. And this is what I encourage you. To ruthlessly be yourself and use the Ferdi effect. Like everyone that is around me starts to share more on social media about their raw essence, giving no fucks. And thus, you accelerate your awakening greatly. It feels so good. Because finally you're not doing weird loops, weird donuts. And it's so nourishing because what else to talk about than what's burning on my soul? Like I don't want to talk about anything else. And these are the conversations I want to spark. And that's why I'm like, what are we doing? Let's all heal. Let's all activate each other and let's ascend. Because I'm so sick and tired of a ghetto earth. It's so ghetto wherever I look. And that's why I'm like, okay, if I want to save the world, I gotta save myself. I gotta embody it. If you want to like stop war, it's not about hating war, it's about loving peace. You gotta embody that vibration you want to see reflected. So that's why I'm so thankful that Faye came in my life to like really shed lights on all my remaining shit. No one was reflecting to me, or I couldn't also see myself. Because it's like, yeah, I love the saying, the quickest way and the nicest way to ascension is with a sweetheart. Because you constantly reflect each other, constantly mirror each other, and it's so fun, so nice, and you make love, and you laugh, and last night we had a pillow fight, and last morning we made the nicest love, and it's just like all so flowy, so nice. It's like actually real life, living it with someone is like, wah, wah, wah. Because alone, you know, like, yeah, just wait until you actually get in reflection. Because you're like, oh, I have it all figured out. And then you go out in the world and like, oh, why am I so triggered by this? Yeah, why are you so triggered? Because, like, yeah, you maybe can be that by yourself, but can you be that in reflection to others, you know? And this is showing if you actually have embodied it. So yeah, I feel so ranty in this podcast. I don't know if this is a good one. I don't know. Because I started it and I felt like I wanted to give you more of an update, but then like what to say, like our life is really, really nice here. And it's just so in spirit. It's like, it's really magical. Yeah. I met so many new friends on the island. Furry friends. Everywhere I stop, I see dogs and I make friends with them. And in this neighborhood, there are a lot of nice dogs. Yeah, because dogs and cats, they so get it, and I can share this moment of unconditional love like right away. Most humans, like that's why I have such a hard time with programmed humans, because is it safe? Oh, I don't open my heart. And then I'm like, I come with this huge heart and I'm like, hey! And it isn't like bouncing back the energy. And then of course it isn't fun. But animals, like they bounce it back right away. Like, oh my God. Like if you haven't seen the Insta stories with me and Faye and the puppies from Moritz. Oh my God, I hope they are right in the rain. I really hope they're right. I want to check on them soon. And in the Tongsala food court, I have I have so many Thai friends and Thai mamas just like working in restaurants, and with them I really can share this love for like these brief moments, and this is like everything, you know? Yeah. So that's why I invite you, like if you're watching like other people do like social media, like this person is doing reels, like really observe them. What are they actually doing? They wanna look good. They do it in a public setting to like impress other people that like, look what I'm doing here. And this is all great, like nothing, but it's like getting aware. Like I'm so aware these days that I'm just like, I'm staring in your soul and I see it all, you know? You cannot hide anything. I'm like, oh, you're doing this reels because you wanna look good in public and look like, and it's like, but what are you actually saying? Because what you're saying doesn't make any sense. So it's like, like, do you actually want to get it? Do you actually like want to like wake up, or you want to play the game on this level? And it's nothing wrong with any of the levels, you know. But it's like, I just reached God level, which is like metaphysics, structure of reality. Then it's like, that is freedom, sovereign freedom. Then people can come like, this permission slip, you need to do this breathwork technique, and you need to like whatever, and then you can finally rest and not be a weird flip-flop of like, I need to do this, and no. All are permission slips. Like you just like, I don't want to explain permission slips, no, because if you don't get it, then it's like, catch up, bro. It's like, I don't want to repeat myself, because again, I'm doing this for myself, and I want to tell myself, brah, always stay connected to the bigger picture, to God level, that you can like go down into any level of like my pain body and playing out a trauma, but I know it's just a big game, and I know like I'm the master creator of my own reality, and it all comes back to my beliefs, and every moment is ground zero, and it's like not giving my power away to any person or any permission slip. Oh, here I go back into fear's an illusion. Like I see through fear. It's just an illusion. People give their power away to religion, to government, to politicians, and no one has power over you unless you give them their power, unless you give it away. Reclaim all your power. But it's for many people a lot like full sovereign nature, like fully your natural self is like the wilderness. It's like, I want to go back in a cage. I make it golden, so it's golden, but a cage, and I get it. It's like once you like really experienced sovereignty, it's a lot, but once you experience it, you like always think about it and you want it, and then you work through your fear-based negative limiting beliefs to like embody it sustainably, and then it's like it's the best. So yeah, it's a funny earth, it's a funny time, 2024, who knows what will happen next. My prediction is that the next years, it's like the people who haven't faced it will really face it, really think it doesn't get worse, it gets way worse. And the people who look at it and really sincerely work on themselves, it gets so much better. So yeah, and then we're shifting, so anyone who has a version in the awakening timeline will be there, the rest will shift into different versions, and it's a glass wall that many people that we can still perceive are not shifting with us. It's like what Bashar always calls the splitting prism and the glass wall analogy. There's literally a glass wall. Even like so many here on Koh Phangan, so many tourists at the food court. I know they, like many of them probably won't shift in the same earth that I will shift. Even though I can perceive them and touch them right now, there's a thick glass wall of like the trains are leaving the station and you're apparently like you're still being so enmeshed in fear and negative ego and don't see yourself out. You're like plugged in. So you're vibrating on this vibration, which is like really low and there's no judgment whatsoever. And I like transformed my fear and integrated my negative ego. So all these low vibrational things, fear is super low vibe, negative ego is super low vibe. I don't have that in my system anymore. I have a really clean system. I purged it out. And I'm vibrating really high. And soon, the train tracks are so far apart that we literally are on two different earths where we don't perceive each other anymore. But why do we still perceive each other? It's the splitting prism. So that, for example, I can walk around sharing my light, and anyone who has a part of the awakening timeline can see me and all of a sudden start running behind the awakening train. Hey, I'm catching up, and like waking up quickly. So they can still perceive us to like catch up. And we can still perceive them to like, oh, I can go back in shit where I give my power away and think the earth is ending, and thus it really is, and we all kill each other. Yeah, but I can't anymore. I went too far. Once you like really woke up to a certain degree, you cannot go back. It's like take your hand and punch your face as hard as you can. You just don't do it. There's too much resistance. Why would I do that? And I same for I cannot go back in fear and not knowing. Like, sure, there are many moments where I'm in fear, but I realize it right away, and then I let it go. And sometimes it takes me a while, but I cannot stop realizing it. I'm aware. I'm fully present. What's going on? And yeah, what's going on? I'm aware. Awareness. So I'm like, oh, this is fear. Identifying it, like putting it here, like, I wanna stay alive, this fear-based belief, and take over your reality. No, thank you. You served me well in the past, so whatever, I could experience this all, but no thank you anymore. I trust, because I fucking know in my bones the structure of reality, that it's all unconditional love, like the fabric of reality. Everything is unconditional love. We create fear out of love. It's an illusion. It's only true if we believe it. We have free will where we can choose to believe in fear, but it only exists if we do. It doesn't. It is like made out of unconditional love, like everything. And I'm just like, if you're in the love, you get that reflected. It's what you put out is what you get back, and it's like. And you are love, you are abundant by nature. It's like, it just finds you but you gotta embody it first. But once you like really get that, and not just get, but embody, be that, walk, like, and I'm here on earth to be an example of, look at Ferdi. I'm not more special than you, we're all special, we're all the same special. I'm also not less special, just to mention that. So, if it works for me, guess what, it works for you. It's not that hard, brah. But yeah, it's just like, it's so ridiculous at this point. It's all like so obvious. That's why I have a hard time with like hanging out with people who are still like, where I see so much stuff. Because I don't want to like, if they haven't asked, I don't just want to trigger them. And also if they ask, I don't want to like be their teacher, you know? It's like, it's not so fun. To like, you know, we all want to be met. Like with Faye, it's so, and then they also can't find a sweetheart where they're met on their level, you know? That's why I'm so happy I found Faye. Because, why did I attract her? Because I was on that vibration myself. I wasn't busy acting on my negative ego by being with a young, hot woman that I'm teaching. Faye wouldn't walk in because I'm busy doing that on this low vibration, because negative ego is low vibe. I was like, fuck no. I'm like romanticizing myself, feeling my future self, and being in that vibration. And Faye was doing the same, so synchronistically, we walked right in. Whatever is meant to you will just find you. The only thing that's in the way is you, so don't be in the way. Okay, I think this is it. Give me feedback. I feel so funny about this podcast. I don't know. Let's pull a card. If you're watching visually, these mugs are so funny. These faces, Faye makes them herself out of clay. And these are like the faces that I see on... I saw like these creatures. It's like these earthy, ugly fairies. No, like gnomes on many DMT trips. And they're like amazing. And also a little mischievous. Okay, let's pull a card. Let's take a deep breath. Fully exhale. And inhale. Oh, I love this song. Zenzenrerai, it's called. It's in my God playlist. If I don't forget, I link it down below. It's like my ceremony playlist. Okay, if you're watching visually, it's the Miser, or I don't even know. I'm gonna look it up what that means in German. And how to pronounce it?
Miser.
Oh, the Miser. So if you're German as well, it means Geizhals. Geizhals. So if you like... If you like, give me all the money. It's like greedy, right? If you like, what is it? If you like, it's, you know, it's so funny. We're all like abundant. Abundant is our nature. Like the universe is abundant itself. And it's so funny. Again, understanding the mechanism. Out of abundance, like everything is abundant. If you believe free will, I believe in lack, that it isn't enough. I get an abundance of lack. An abundance of it isn't enough. Because it's all abundant, you know? But if you wanna like put yourself in a dark hole and believe that, then you get that reflected. Because your free will is granted. So I'm like, why do I pull this card? Maybe to like give this rant, because this what I just said is really important to get, that reality is abundant itself. It's all like, it's abundance. And we are granted free will. So if we wanna experience like the darkest scarcity limitations, we are granted that abundant of lack. I think this is really important to understand. Yeah, that's like the only reason why I pulled this card. Okay, thank you, higher self, because maybe some needed to hear that, so I made it clear. And now I wanna pull a card. This song sounds funny. It's not in my playlist. I wanna pull a card for our collective, you and I. I'm pulling all these negative cards. I'm like, what's up with that? Yeah, I don't know about this song. No, I don't like this song. So the card, I'm pulling all these negative cards. The card is control. And the visual looks really cool. Because this is, again, it's like always the first thing that comes to you, it's usually what it is. What was the first thing that came to me right away? It was release control. And then this song comes, you know? And it's also not in my playlist, but I'm gonna add it. To the flow of love that will hear me. So yeah, maybe my English podcast became something new. Because the control card, I release control. It's so funny. Surrender. Because this podcast, what was it so about? I wake up. I wake myself up. I embody the metaphysics, and I shared with you. So I'm sure in this podcast I said a bunch of things here and there where you were like, you know, I'm not teaching you anything new. If you're like watching here and if you can hold my vibration, you get it. And also, I say things in a certain way using like a metaphor or just how I say it, where you understand it and embody it, like hits you like, oh, because you get it, even on a deeper level. Something that you probably already get. But I said it in a way where like, oh, you get a deeper understanding. And it all comes back to, it's all frequency, it's all energy. And I know that my energy I carry, and a bunch of people channeled that to me, that in my voice, there are healing vibrations and activation vibrations that like I cause realization by, if you hear me speak, over the next days you will just like be activated. Like I got that like at least 3 times from 3 different sources, people that told me that. And not just like some weird shenanigans, like my bullshit meter is super hard. When I get a like channeling or a reading from someone, it's someone that is actually switched on. What does switched on mean? Having like a really strong source connection. What does it mean? We all have a source connection. It's just many of us have forgotten. And then we remember again from all the different perspectives. So we have like different gifts, our psychic abilities, how we can access source. What is source? It's God. It's all that is. It's literally all that is. The flow and it's spirit. It's home, and we can remember in like the most different ways. Anyways, like some do it by remote viewing. Some channel extraterrestrials. I channel my higher self. Some do it through palm reading. They just get like telepathic hits. Like this one woman I got a channeling, she got struck by lightning, and since then her channel is just really open. And since I have this walk-in, my channel is really open. This walk-in that walked right in, like more of my soul, of myself, walked in, that I still somehow know and somehow is still like a mystery to me, just, especially in these podcasts, takes up space, comes through, and in the vibration I carry, it's not so much what I say, it's more the vibration I carry, it brings a lot of activation, awakening, remembrance, and that's why the control card, I like really make the system paper thin. I expose it, I shed so much light on it that we can all release the control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. Okay, my friends, I think that's it. I have like... But yeah, I get so much confirmation. I'm looking at the time now and it's 1221, so 12:21. No. So because I'm like physical mind is like doubting myself, like this podcast is shit, and higher self is like, no, it's just because you cannot control it, brah, anymore. There's just something coming through and you don't know what it is. You can just trust your excitement that this morning you can ask Faye. I was so excited to do a podcast right away. And an English podcast. Why? I don't know. And the physical mind is like, I'm gonna give them an update on my life. And I mean, I did, but I thought I'm gonna go in all the details, how Faye makes her cacao, but apparently not. Maybe this is, I don't know, the podcast I do with her together, it's more maybe hanging out. But when I do these solo podcasts, and I feel like especially in English, because I cannot be that funny as I am in German and play German rap, I'm just like, I really open spirit. So... and it feels so good. I think it's so needed to hear it from a human, because I'm a human. Hello, I'm born on Earth. That makes me human, and you know I cannot listen so much to aliens anymore, like to channels. I like my daddy. My still number one is Bashar. I love him so much, but like all the others, like many. They're not so like the channel himself, like I can sense blind spots, and they're not so embodied, and then it's just so cold and whatever, and it's like it's about becoming the best human and the biggest heart, and this is the way, and actually realizing we're just as powerful as any alien, even though they're like on a way higher vibration. Like guess what? They were born that way. They were born remembering way more. Like this is a masterclass. Earth is tough school. We have it so hard, and this is showing how powerful we are. Only the toughest souls come here because they can handle these layers of density and this depth we have carved over the last decades. We are the fucking survivors. Our roots go deep into hell, so our branches can now reach so far into the cosmos. And it's like, if you would know how powerful we are, like, it's like we're the key to like all the other hybrid races. Like, we're waking up to a bigger dream, like a galactic dream with like aliens. And whoa, should I go into this now? No, I think I stop. Just stay tuned, you know. Like, we're more powerful than you think. And right now it's time to go within. Clean and purge out all the stuff that doesn't belong to you anymore. And remember deeper and deeper levels of your clean, purified suit being this light body. And yeah, we're activating our suit. Like all these psychic abilities. Like how telepathic Faye and I are these days. It's so funny because we constantly freak out because it's crazy how telepathic we are. Which means we're like thinking about the same thing, feeling the same thing at the same time. And it's like we're finishing each other's thoughts and she's saying something and it's like, it's crazy. But I keep saying to her, as Bashar likes to say, oh, this is how the universe works. This is like the structure. And you're still surprised by it. It's like making it normal, you know, that like, yeah, magic, miracles are the fucking norm. We're just like, no, we create this box, the system, to not look at them so we can have this dream. And this dream was amazing. The system was amazing. It served us all well, but it's burning because we outgrew it. It's not fun. I want a new toy. It's Christmas and I played with the system. All the limitations. I'm like this 10 feet avatar going in a little tiny VW Polo in this tiny car and like, oh, I'm so limited and I go left, right and I go to work and No, I woke up. My soul is down here in my suit and I refuse. And it was great. Like, I love the system. Like, I hit these points every now and then where I'm too awake, like on ayahuasca, where I was like begging for reincarnation. And I was like worshipping the system. Like, I love the system. Because if you're too awake and cannot hold it in a way that feels good, you just wanna like forget. And the system is great for that. It's like it tells you what to do, you can live a normal life, and forget about all this awakening stuff. Forget about this all, that we're like flowing on a huge blue ball through the galaxy, around the sun, orbiting, and there's a moon that literally makes the oceans like rise and fall, like the floods, like what is it called, like Flut and Ebbe in German, like high tide and low tide, like all this like, wow, it's like, no, I have to pay my taxes, and for that I need to, but first let's go to Starbucks and get my drink, even though I gained some weight. This is the last time. Like, it's like all these fun, like we're playing this dumb game of like, and then you awaken and you're like, oh, this is what's up now. So let's play a new game, and that's why I'm here to pull that through and awaken you, because I need my brothers and sisters, and I'm longing for you to sit on a round table and finally become part of the Interstellar Alliance and meet our bigger family. Like, can you imagine? The Interstellar Alliance has like over 500 members of different like aliens, ETs. And like, how exciting. I'm longing for a bigger family. I don't want to escape anymore, anything. Just give me my UFO and I'm out. No, I love being a human. I love Earth. I love Mother Nature. I want to clean up this planet. I'm invested. I'm going to stay here. And I'm going to be part of making this Earth, like shifting in an Earth that is thriving by being in a vibration that matches that. So I can also like be that and appreciate that and hold that. And then I want to expand into the cosmos and just like go on adventures to see different planets and make love to my Pleiadian sisters who are so hot and join some of their play parties. And there's no ego-based shit anymore. It's all divine guidance, you know? It's all like synchronistically aligned, and we're just like, they're saying their vibration feels 24/7, like you're about to make love. Like this feeling when I'm like giving Faye a coconut oil massage and we're both naked and I'm hot and I'm about to enter her. This is how the entire reality experience is. And I'm so excited for that, you know? I really am done with like stressing myself and making money and paying taxes. This low vibrational shit, like we're eternal beings. Making money is so weird. Let's make the system burn. Power to the people. Reclaim your power. It's all you. Okay. Yeah, I feel complete. And please give me some feedback. I have really mixed feelings about this episode. So I leave the comments off because I don't like the vibe of just like, yeah. Please send me an Insta DM or WhatsApp message how you like this episode. Do you want more solo episodes or do I just suck and stick to German? And English is just me and Faye. Please let me know, and then we can feast in Valhalla and shall watch a sunrise of a grateful universe. And we will be remembered as the founders of this shithole. We will manifest a Hogwarts, where we will teach the 5 levels of mastery and make this all like structured in a grounded, nice way, this awakening. But we learned it through ghetto. We are literally the founders of the new earth. Can you imagine? We're like the Dumbledores. It's so cool. Okay, thanks for listening. Until next time. Peace out.